Now, last time I talked about this girl named Dracona that was turned into a giant dragon by the goddess Diana because Diana was jealous of her. And Diana said that this curse made it so that she was a dragon all of the year except for one day of the year. And that one day of the year, she was a normal person. And that the only way that the curse could be broken was that if a knight kissed Dracona when she was in dragon form. Well, a lot of knights tried and failed miserably. They were either eaten, burned, or they fell off of cliffs. Now, after that, there was a sailor. Now, this sailor was different. He didn't hear about the story about Dracona. He didn't know about, kissing her or knights or anything like that. He was just sailing with his crew, and they were going through the ocean, and they needed to anchor down and find some food because they ran out of food on their ship. So their ship stopped at the island that Dracona lived on. Well, they wandered up, hoping he could find somebody that, had food or something, and he found this giant castle. And he went inside the castle, and he was looking around, and he's calling, hello, seeing if anybody was there, and nobody answered. Well, finally, he found this room that was filled with gold, and inside that room was this amazingly beautiful girl. And he saw her, and he was like, whoa. He, talked to her, he's like, hey, sweet thing, want a kiss? And she's like, are you a knight? He's like, no. She's like, well, I can't kiss you unless you're a knight. He's like, I could be a knight for you. She's like, no, seriously, you have to be a knight if you want to kiss me. He's like, okay. I'll figure it out and I'll become a knight and then I'll come back. Sound good? And she's like, okay. Now, to officially become a knight, a king or a queen will have a sword, turn it sideways, and tap you on one shoulder and then tap you on the other one and say, I hereby dub thee, sir, and then they say your last name. So if your last name was Johnson, you'd be like, I hereby dub thee, Sir Johnson, arise. And then you would stand up and you have been knighted. That's how that ceremony goes, right? So this sailor needed to become a knight. And he said, okay, I'll become a knight. And he left the castle and he walked clear all the way out to the boat. And it was already way late at night. And he woke up as captain. He's like, Captain. And the captain, yeah, what's up? He's like, I need you to make me a knight. And the captain's like, well, how do I do that? Just say you're a knight. He's like, okay, you're a knight. He's like, sweet, I'm a knight now. And then he walked all the way back to the castle. Now, because it took him so long to get to the boat and to come back, a whole day went by. Now remember, Dracona was only a human one day of the year. The rest of the year, she goes back into turning into a dragon. And because he took so long to come back, that day had already passed, and she's back in dragon form. So the sailor walks into the castle. He's looking for her. He's like, where are you, darling? I'm a knight. And all of a sudden, this dragon comes out. And he's like, oh! And he runs away. And she's trying to get him, come back! And she starts to cry, And so she's chasing after him, come back! And he's running. Well, here's the thing. When dragons cry, they breathe fire. And so she's like, please come back. And if you can imagine, this dragon, tears are going down its eyes. Its eyes are all cracked and red from crying, and fire is coming out of its mouth. Please! And the guy's like, running away. And she chased him all over the island, and she burned him pretty good, and he got up onto the boat, and he sailed away. Well, legend has it that, to this day, the curse has not yet been broken. And she still turns into a dragon for most of the year except for one day. Now, out of all the different versions of the story that I looked at, they all end the same. Nobody kisses her when she's a dragon, and so she's stuck being cursed. Now, if I was the person that wrote the story, the way that I would end it would be that when the sailor came to kiss her, he would actually kiss her, and he turns into a dragon too, because that would be way cool. But I don't know. What do you guys think? If you have any questions about the video, just send me an email. See you next time.